social media, and for the person who inquired about the intro saying it was too professional, therefore it makes me a government agent. Oh gosh. Basically, it was made by Eddie Boyce, Kent Freedom Movement, who liked what I was doing and offered to make me my intro and some other bits and pieces, one of which I'm showing you up there. So yeah, sorry to burst your bubble, Sherlock, but yeah, it's not a government mandated intro. No, it's just a very good one from a friend. Okay. Anyway, so I hope you're all well. I just wanted to share some info. It does seem now that some on the social media are becoming aware of the fact that protests and control groups are springing up everywhere. I'm sure that the social media's got everyone, occupied with the whole drama of it all as well. But so I'd just like to share some more info that I've gathered, really. First of all, I'd like to say well done to everyone who's still involved in the leaflet campaign, getting out there in the community, under the radar, talking to people, like the adults that we are, communicating what's going on. It was always a great idea, and those people who knocked it, they're the dodgy ones. Okay. It was also interesting to see how the protests actually panned out, the tactics that they had going on. It was good. I mean, it was just obvious. It was too obvious. I think that's probably why so many people have started to cotton on that this was actually all controlled. They've got an exercise plan. They're going to have every part of that covered, and that's going to include protests. So obviously, people who are behind organising these or involved are all going to be suspect, honest. But obviously, when you are involved in something like this with known gatekeepers and facilitators, then it has to be said that your integrity needs to be questioned, at least to say. Now, so I'm just going to get on to this Kate Shemirani, because that's what I'm going to call her, a sham, because it is a. So here's a woman who's got herself all over mainstream media as the voice of the campaign, mentored by none other than Mark Steele himself, who I have shown with in-depth evidence and research is a paid facilitator. And of course I will leave the link to that. So this Shemirani woman supposedly was suspended from the Nurse and Midwifery Council because of her views on the coronavirus, yeah. So if you look at the Nursing and Midwifery Council website, they list all the people who are being given interim suspensions. And if you go from January to June, in the 6 months previous to her so-called order, you'll notice that there's at least 30 or 40 people a month who have had their names put up for an interim suspension. And you'll notice that every single person's suspension takes between 4 to 6 months for it to be taken to the next stage to be confirmed. So you're looking at 180 to 200 people up to this point all had to wait 4 to 6 months for the final suspension to be confirmed. Not so Shemirani. No. Out of all the people who have been put in for an interim suspension, she's the only one who's had confirmed in basically a month. So when you go on to, apparently it was confirmed on the 14th of July, but then when you go on to the same website and look at the hearings for the 14th that happened on that day, it's nowhere to be found. So a meeting that they're claiming where she was suspended in record time, and yet it hasn't got that actual virtual hearing on their website. They do list it as the outcome, but the actual hearing is not listed. So you know, she's got Mark Steele as a Mackenzie friend at a hearing that's not listed on that day. Nor is it listed on the days leading up to that or afterwards. So I'll leave the link so you can go and just check it out yourself. Now, the reason all of this is significant is because the virtual meeting that she is reported to have attended with Mark Steele on the 14th is not listed for that day's meetings. Just like Mark Steele's Crown Court case was never listed in the law pages. And if you're not aware of him and what's been uncovered, then I'll share the link and you can go and check the evidence for yourself so you'll understand fully what I'm talking about. People don't get represented on mainstream unless they're part of the show. It's time people realise that surely by now. Oh, I also heard that Piers Corbyn shared my article from your website, Illogical Uncensored, on his Facebook page, so I'd be interested to hear what people have got to say about that. Alright, I'll leave that with you. Until the next time, see you later.